Tiffany, a 13-year-old Taiwanese-American girl, spends her summer with her grandmother in Tainan. Tiffany stood at the Sikunshen Fishing Port, the salty sea breeze tangling her long brown hair. The air smelled of the ocean, fresh oysters, and the earthy scent of red mangroves lining the riverbanks. Today, you'll learn a skill that every Sikunshen fisherman knows: shucking oysters. Grandma announced, handing her a small, sharp oyster knife. Tiffany gulped. She had eaten oysters before, grilled, steamed, even in her grandma's famous oyster omelet. But shucking them? Beside her, Uncle Wen, a local oyster farmer, chuckled. "Don't worry, little one. If you can open 10 oysters, you win a prize." Tiffany's eyes sparkled. A challenge? She couldn't back down now. Step 1. The first cut. She picked up a rough, gray oyster, its shell cool and slightly damp. She followed Uncle Wen's instructions, turning it mouth side down and searching for the thin edge where the shell was weakest. Holding her breath, she pressed the oyster knife into the shell's thin spot. Crack. The knife slipped. Too much force. Uncle Wen warned. Tiffany frowned, adjusting her grip. She tried again, this time pressing firmly but gently. With a soft pop, the knife slid inside. Step 2. The hidden connection. Now slice through the muscle holding it together, Uncle Wen instructed. She angled the blade upward, carefully cutting the oyster's ligament without breaking the delicate meat. It was like a puzzle, and she was figuring out the secret. Step 3. The perfect oyster. The shell split open, revealing a plump, glistening oyster inside. Tiffany grinned. She had done it. 1 down, 9 to go, she cheered. After what felt like forever and a lot of trial and error, Tiffany finally opened her 10th oyster. Her hands were covered in salty seawater, but her heart swelled with pride. Uncle Wen clapped. "You're a natural. Here's your prize." He handed her a steaming bowl of Hellfire Volcano Oyster Hot Pot, filled with tofu, seafood, and fresh oysters straight from the farm. Tiffany took a sip, her taste buds bursting with savory umami goodness. "So worth it," she sighed happily. As she looked around, she saw local fishermen repairing nets, mangrove roots stretching into the water, and the golden sun setting over Sikunshen Port. This wasn't just an oyster farm, it was a way of life, one that she now felt a little more connected to. "Next summer, I'm coming back," Tiffany whispered, taking another delicious bite.